There's only one way I can really see me saying this. I'm autistic. I have dyslexia. And to top it all off, I've also got dyspraxia. Any haters or discriminators out there towards disability, better leave now. I will not allow you to watch this video and use it against anyone else. But I am telling you the truth, everyone. I am disabilitied. And I've been living with it all my life. I've been working with it. I have been singing with it. I've been reading with it. I have done nearly everything under the sun alongside my disabilities. And my story is really not for the faint of heart. With my disabilities, I have struggled through school. I've struggled through college. I sometimes struggle with work. I struggle with social interactions. I've struggled with a lot. But that has not stopped me from doing those things. I have been facing off against thousands, maybe hundreds of people, to put it realistically. But it feels like thousands of people hating me for who knows what. Mainly because of my disabilities, how they affect me, and how it affects how they see me. If I think back to the first incident where I had to deal with someone because of my disabilities, I'd say it would have to be back when I was 3 years old. We didn't know I was disability at the time, but looking back, it made more sense. I didn't really listen to anyone other than my own mother. Because, again, you tend to look up to someone very important to you with unwavering questionability when you're autistic. And I find that trait with a lot of my fellow autistic friends. And if anyone else told me to sit down, I'd need a really good reason to. I'd just get excited when I see my mum. I'll jump out of the group and go see her, and then I'll get told off, but I would not know what I was doing. Heck, I'm a kid. I was a kid back then, but they really hammered it. I learned I was disabilitied when I was around 5, maybe 6 years old. My family never knew what it was, but someone recommended that we get it checked out. They gave us a contact and we did. And that's when we learned that I had autism, dyslexia, and dyspraxia. It was something a bit concerning at first because we never knew how to deal with it at the time. But it answered a lot of questions, like why I couldn't speak English until I was 5. I'd struggled speaking. I couldn't really play sports. Catching a ball was difficult for me. I would be far away from the ball when it impacted. Why I had struggled reading. How come my writing was hard to read? How come I couldn't understand situations like other people? Why I thought differently. That last one was more of a blessing though, but it was still something that we were a bit worried about at the time. We understood more when we found out, but we took it as a blessing rather than a curse. My mom was happy about it when she learned that people with disabilities have actually more going on for them than a lot of people would like you to believe. They said because of the way I thought at the time, I could be Prime Minister if I wanted to. Looking back on it now, I couldn't believe it. Me, Prime Minister. Honestly, I wouldn't really want to take the job myself. But where there's good points, there have always been bad points alongside it. And my first bad point literally was about the first month of school. First month of school, you tend to like learn reading, writing, sports. You learn stuff. And sure, we tried. I tried. I tried with everything I could to read and write. Heck, even to write my own name, it was a struggle to hold on to a pen. But there was one person who literally thought I was just goofing around, wasn't taking it seriously, who thought I needed to be taught a lesson. He did not know what he was doing either, he was just a kid. But what he did was literally taking it to the extreme. You could say he tried to put matters into his own hands and, let's say, fear me into doing a good job, or at least his standards. I don't think there's any point going into what happened if I didn't do as he wanted. I can't really remember, but I was told there was a point where I nearly ended up in a hospital because of it. They caught him in the action, but at the time they said they didn't really want to act unless I came out and said it. They were stupid in doing that. He got expelled, but the fear there. The fear in what people thought of me if I messed up. I may have not remembered it, but that stuck with me. It's still with me now. He may have been the first, but he wasn't the only one. Years prior, even up to now, I'm still fighting people just to survive, or at least prove, if it's to the world, even to myself, I'm here, I'm proud, I don't care, I'm still moving forward. I've faced against loads, even some people you're not supposed to face. I faced off against teachers, I faced off against adults nearly twice, maybe 3 times my age at the time. I faced off with people that they're supposed to help you. I faced off against strangers that I saw in like a club activity or something, where you're supposed to be friends, but they just couldn't accept me. They couldn't accept the way I thought, and they couldn't accept how I viewed life. It was honestly scary, and it really made me doubt at sometimes that I even had friends. Just the loneliness, just because of something that I can't change. It honestly was disgusting. There was even a point in my past where on a school bus someone slammed my ears, thinking that it was funny. If someone did not notice that I was actually in pain, it could have been a lot more worse. In fact, it was worse. We went to the hospital that night, and we learned if he did it any harder, I would have lost my hearing. That would have been another problem on top of everything else that I had. The worst thing that happened on that day was the fact that I lost my voice. The impact put me in shock, and I couldn't even speak. It was a struggle at the time to even speak alone because I faced my problems, faced my speech translational part of my problems. But the fact that I lost my voice, it was even more scary. I couldn't even talk to anyone. No one would take me seriously when I spoke, so the fact that I lost my voice was more scary than I thought. The only way I could communicate at the time was with pen and paper. When I was talking to my family, they were devastated in what happened and immediately took action. But the guy still treated it as a joke. He couldn't take it seriously. Even though at the time, we were surprised when the police told us he already had a criminal record. Well, we managed to get me sorted out, we managed to get my voice back, but again, it was only temporarily. I managed to say what happened to the police using that time limit, and saying what I had to quickly before I feel I lost my voice. But saying my point of view with just those split seconds. Honestly, I couldn't tell who was more scared, me or my mum, just seeing me in that state. The problems I've had with the school bus never stopped there. Eventually, people started treating my disabilities like a virus. The people who did not know what autism was, they treated it like a virus. They treated me like a virus. They told people to stay away from me, because they thought they'll get stupider if they stay around me. That happened for what felt like maybe 2 of the 5 years of my school life. The remaining 3 years was full of people telling me to get lost. They heard about a school that took on people with problems. They were trying to ostracize, they felt like ostracizing me and telling me to go there. Truth of the matter was, we tried. We tried before going to that school, but they wouldn't accept me because they said I had a handle on them. Even if it was trying to leave that place and be somewhere safe, we couldn't be accepted. We tried to take that as a sort of excuse to say that I'm stronger than a lot of other people. But the truth of the matter is, because of the way they handled it, may feel like that maybe I'm not accepted to the disability people, even though I had more of a handle on them. Luckily, throughout time I met other people with problems like me, other people with autism, other people with dyslexia, other people with dyspraxia, and many more other disabilities while at school. We had a sort of a gang. It was amazing. I honestly would not trade those times for anything. I did have other friends, but that group alone was special. I felt like I had a family outside my family. It may have been a short time, but I still keep in contact with them. I'm still very grateful for them. I'm grateful for all my friends sticking with me, just being there. The loneliness was there, but it wasn't as hard as it was at first. And I couldn't thank them enough. Honestly, thanking them will be one of the most hardest things I'll have to say, because I'll be trying to save through tears. They say the most difficult thing in life is going through school. Some people are right, but it doesn't end there. Big dramas happen in school, yes. Maybe that's how I got a bit dramatic in my voice. But anyone who says that definitely have not been in a disability shoe. And have definitely not gone through any of the hardships we've had to go through in life. I'll admit, thanks to my problems, I got the name Peacemaker. the name of my channel. Peacemaker RT. That's me. With what I've learned and the strength I had, I went on to help other people with disabilities. The amount of times I've helped people with problems, big or small, big to people, some big to them, tiny to others. When I've helped people in situations that look like they can't escape, people in depression, people with communicational errors, hearing problems, coordination problems, walking problems, sight problems. The list can go on with how many people I've tried to help. It's honestly incredible. I know I shouldn't be thanking the discriminators, the bullies, everyone that I've faced in years and years of abuse, pain and scars. But if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be able to be where I am now. I'm literally standing on top of the world, and I'm using my shadows to be a comforting blanket or shield to protect people who deal with something I've dealt with, or maybe even more, maybe less, and helping them in any way I can. I've faced off with literally people who thought they were like kings and they would stand on top of anyone they see fit. I faced them, I took them down. True, they come back, but at least it proves at least I've proven a point, and I don't have to worry about facing them. They can live in their delusions. I've learned a lot, not from just my story as a disability person trying to make a living in this world that can't accept us, but I've learned a lot from other people who've gone through similar challenges in life. That's some are unbelievable. My mother herself, she may not have had disabilities like me, but she had problems that again made it difficult. She might have had disabilities, we'll never know, but she had skin problems, breathing problems, but she still powered through. She was an incredible woman. Truly someone I looked up to and I was proud to. She was one of my sources of strength that helped me get through the darkness. Even my own brother, he said to himself in my "How well does my brother know me" video, not only does he have dyslexia like me, he's colorblind. What's my favourite colour?
I can't even see colour.
He goes through life seeing things in grey shades, but that doesn't stop him. He may at first been made fun of, been teased because he can't see colours. He's been ridiculed in school because he couldn't read and write okay, but he's still gone through with it. He still powered on, and it was inspiring. He may be worried about the reading and the writing side of it all, but with everything he's gone through, I know he's got this in the bag. I can feel it in my own disabilities. He has this in the bag. I've even learnt a lot with friends who have similar problems. They overcame it, not just with me, but even before they met me, and it was incredible to see these strong people, and we learned off each other, and we became even more stronger. It's even inspiring what they have gone on to become. I've got a friend right now, he's got his own small computer company. He builds his own computers and software. He's even made a computer that works underwater, and that is beyond incredible. I've got a friend who, despite being made fun of in her hair and beauty course, still went on and went through the course like a boss. I've got friends who grew up being told that they want to accomplish things in their life and have gone on to become great, amazing parents and have led an incredible life to be inspired from. I've got friends right now who are struggling with things, trying to find their place in the world, trying to find themselves in all these lies that get told about their problems, all this down hatred that is put on them from years and years of being ridiculed and hated for something that couldn't be helped. I see them jump back from it all, make a new name for themselves, and honestly, I know for a fact that these people met their bullies again, or their discriminators, or anyone that would make fun of them. They would regret the day they would have done that. Those bullies would be running to the hills. I know in the future I'm still going to be facing hatred upon hatred, discriminator upon discriminator, bully upon bully, upon anything else this world will choose to throw at me to try and make me different. But I know for a fact that's them fearing me because I'm different. Those people choose not to look at what's similar. Instead they choose to look at different. I bet half the people that have watched this video, when they first heard what disabilities I had, a few of them might have turned around and go, "What? I can't believe it," or "That explains a lot," or something similar in between, and have instantly said something that could be seen as discriminated against me or any other person with a disability. I bet 1 out of 10 would have said, "He doesn't look autistic," without realizing they've insulted me. I'll make a defense right now from that. Disability is a mental problem. It's in here. To sum up my disabilities with my autism, I'm stuck in my head and I'm trying my best to get out what's in here to come out here. My brain's going like 1,000 miles an hour, and all I can do is skim my hand on the surface to even have a little bit of control. If there's supposed to be a physical problem from me doing that, then you're an idiot. And that's coming from the person you're calling an idiot. You may not be calling me an idiot, but by saying that I'm supposed to look different because I'm autistic, you might as well just say it. That's what it feels like from an autistic point of view. There are many more, but I've even been told them many times over without people realizing what it means. But I'm not going to go into that because I'm not going to stoop down. I know where I stand. All I'm doing is planting my feet, prove myself right. A lot of the time that has helped a bunch of times. And that's one of the things I'd like to, at least a few autistic people out there, some dyslexia people, dyspraxia, anyone out there with a disability that is facing hatred, bullying, anything that makes them feel like they don't belong here, that makes them feel like they don't have a place in this world, that all hope is lost. You're stronger than you know. We all are stronger. Let them fear us. Let them think we're nothing, because we are human too. We are allowed to do as many things as them, but we have the potential to go beyond that level. It was proven to me time and time again with what I can do. It was proven time and time again to those bullies that deny it. It was proven time and time again to my family, to me, my friends, to strangers. Even got proven to an entire village at one time in my life, and it was honestly incredible to me. I may struggle reading, writing, being social, living, doing stuff, getting my thoughts out, but I'm still going to do all that. I'm still going to read a book. I'm still going to hang out with friends. I'm going to continue making YouTube videos. I'm going to continue working. I'm going to continue helping people, because that's who I am. And no one is going to stop me from being me. I am autistic. I'm dyslexic. I have dyspraxia. I am me. I am proud to be me. Thank you for watching through the video. I hope you understand a little about what we autistic people know, not just the autistics. I hope you all understand what it means in the life of a disability person, and the trials, the fighting, everything we have to go through just to live a normal life. Our lives may have not been normal, but it's ours. If you know someone like us that is suffering, and you have the power to help them, to make them smile, even if it's just for a little bit, please help them. That's all you got to do. Just go in, be a friend. You won't believe how much of a difference that'll make. Thank you.